G'day fellas, and welcome to game number 4 of Outback Octagon 3. You may notice my voice is a little bit deeper than usual. It's getting pretty late here. We're at 3 a.m. I'm feeling good. I'm looking good. Not smelling so good, but that's all right. You don't have to smell me. You just have to listen to me. So we'll leave it at that, and we will talk about our game. Because we have got game number 4 of the first round of Outback Octagon 3. We've already seen these players play before. I'm not going to spoil it for you, how it went, what went down, but I will say this much. It was a banger. I mean, they're all bangers, to be honest. I think that's one of the things I love about FFA, is that it doesn't matter who's playing in an FFA game. It's always going to be a banger. Except if I'm playing, and then it gets pretty boring. But speaking of boring, have a look at this. What do we got down here? We got ourselves action. Whammo1 setting up camp. And Mattis says, I don't know what your plan is. Oh, they got some daggers out. Have a look at this. Sass says, I'm gonna take this position for myself. Now, why has he built the system? He's built the system because he's now able to utilize the Akratoy defenses. And Mattis makes the right call. He just goes and gets on out. And now Sass takes the spot and he says, hold on a minute, there's a king here. What are you doing here, king? He can actually surround this king, by the way. You gotta be really careful. But if he played it correctly... Okay, how do you even play this from the position of Wham? I think from Wham, right now, you would just send all your vills to this town center immediately, and then you will start training vills. I think that's the play. Oh, my lord. Okay. Zerton cancels. He goes over to the west side. Definitely the right play, but have a look at this. Mattis is going to be looking for a new home for a while, I suspect. And, yeah, that's exactly what happened. So Wham cancels the town center here. And Wham becomes the one-man standing... now, also, another thing to note is that Zerton cancelled this TC next to Beasty. Very smart decision, right? Like, you don't really want to spawn next to one of the best players in the world in FFA. It's not going to end pretty. He's been in this spot a million times before. He knows what to do. So, look, I'm going to pack up. I'll move somewhere else. I'll see you later. Now, Mattis. This is going to be our story. Now, we haven't even introduced our players yet. The action has been hot coming into this. So I think it might be time to introduce our players for you today. Ladies and gentlemen, in the north of the map, with arguably his second best spawn of all time in an Outback Octagon game. In the color red, playing as the Japanese representing team, United States of America. Let me hear it for the one and only. Give you anxiety. USA, USA, USA. We love GUA here. We love him. I'm a big fan of GUA. I love him. I walked in, I said, this GUA guy, he is amazing. Down to the south. In the color teal, playing as the Mongols. Representing Team Germany, it's Crackety here. Well, Crackety as he's going by at the moment. We'll call him Crackety then. To his south, just across the pond, just across the river. Currently building the town center. It took him some time, but he's getting there. In the color purple, playing as the Byzantines, which is, of course, legally required. Representing Team Turkey, it's Sass. In the southeast of his position, in the color pink, playing as the English, representing Team UK. So we're very on theme here. It's Myriad. To his south, southwest, playing as the French here, with a beautiful little spot, absolutely picturesque by the river, representing Team Canada. It's Whammo1. To his west, in the color orange, cancelled town center has only just come up now. Food is a little bit of an afterthought here for the man. Representing Team Germany, playing for my insanity. He's on the Ottomans. He's in the orange. It's Zerton. And to the north of him, out to the west, slowly but steadily building up the town center. In the color green, playing as the Delhi Sultanate of all civilizations. Representing Team Poland. It's Mattis. Last, and definitely not least, in the color yellow, representing Team Serbia, playing as the Rus. It's Beasty. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mega Random. It is a pleasure to have your company today as we take a look at some of the best players in the world, smashing their heads up against each other and seeing who comes out with the least blood. Or maybe they want to come out with the most blood, but just not on their head, on their hands. Because As you know, when it comes to the Octagon, it is all about eliminating other players. You know, I'm kind of scared to say killing other players, just because, you know how YouTube is so sensitive? Like, I say a word that's close to a slur, and they're like, that's a slur. I'm like, I was describing the way that metal hits other metal, and they're like, that's a slur. You can't say that. I'm like, it's literally an onomatopoeia. They're like, that's a slur. You can't say that. Okay, fair enough. Anyway, I'm not even going to say the word killing anymore. That, you know, it's too provocative, man. It's too provocative. We've got to say eliminate. They eliminated the players. Anyway, let's take a look at how things are developing. So if we were to anticipate who is going to die first, you might naturally think it's going to be one of these two jokers in the middle. And you're probably right. It's probably Sass. One of the things that you need to consider, and this is something that's quite big that Beasty will be paying attention to, I know that other good players like GUA will also be paying attention to this, is the score. Actually, do they get to see score? No, they don't get to see score, but you know what they do get? They do get an indicator in-game of the king numbers. So, well, not the king numbers, the landmark numbers. So they will have like a landmark counter. And basically, there is a way that you can track how many town centers have come up in the game. And essentially, they will be aware that, okay, 5 town centers are up, 6 town centers are up, 7, 8, and they will see that those last 2 town centers are quite late. So it now becomes about determining who was the late one and where are they, and can I kill them? And a civilization like the Rus excels at that. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see Beasty get very angry very early as the age up is already coming through. This guy has been on deer this whole early game. Now migrates over to the Kremlin. Quite a bit of Vils here on gold still as well. Keep that in mind. Vils on stone. And we'll be looking to take a lumber camp. So it's going to be a second town center. But I'm kind of curious what the plan is here. Let's take a look and see how things are going over on the other side of the map as Beasty's got multiple scouts out. Second age up now comes through. It's going to be give you anxiety. I was going to say GUA, but then I changed to give you anxiety and it came out as Gi. Sometimes when my son, he's jumping on the bed, he doesn't say it jumping. He says gumping. Gumping. He says gumping, gumping. Oh, man, I love that little guy so much. Oh, gosh. Anyway, I'm looking forward. He's a bit of a little shit at the moment. How old is he? He's about 2.5 now. And he doesn't like to sleep in his own bed. And it's terrible because every single night he wakes up no matter what. And he just opens the door. He's like, bed, dad, bed, dad, bed, dad's bed. I'm like, no, mate, go back to your bed. Anyway, he's probably asleep in my bed upstairs with his mum right now, little guy. I'm gonna have to look into it because it's not healthy, right? Like they shouldn't be coming in every single night and doing it. Anyway, it's lovely, it's nice, but anyway, you guys get the idea. Let's talk a little bit more about this game and less about that little menace. He's inevitably going to be causing a menace in the morning. But we've got age ups coming through. It's going to be crackety. There are still quite a few players that are still in the Dark Age. 8 minutes into this. So we've got Wham in the south, who's still in the Dark Age, despite having such a good start here. He was on water and he did move his Vils a little bit early, so I'll give it to him. Also got Myriad, who's now coming up as well, also on water, but had a very good start. Have a look at this. So many fishing boats out. 8 fishing boats here. We've also got Zerton, who had to move the town center. Landmark is coming up still. Then we've got Sass. No real surprise here. He has been very sassy in the early game, getting the Akratoid defenses out and using them on the offensive, but may find himself stuck a little bit in the mid game. And of course, finally... Oh, Beasty. Oh, Beasty, you are so mean. And finally, in the west, who is still technically getting up his Dome of the Faith at the moment, we've got Matiz on the deli. And I tell you what, if there is a way that Matiz wins this game, it's with a second town center, and it is with the Dome of the Faith, and it is with a very blind boom. But look at this. Beasty. Does he know about Matiz? If he knows about Matiz, he is going to be making short work of him. I can feel it right now. Feel it in my bones. The question is, who's going to attack Sass first? Because you might think it's Myriad, but Myriad doesn't actually have to attack Sass because he knows that Sass is going to get attacked by other people. He's smack bang in the middle, right? So Crackety is going to be thinking, all right, I might go attack him, but then Crackety's going to be thinking to himself, well, hold on a minute. What if GUA attacks me? So now you've got this kind of problem where it's, you know, hey, maybe they're talking to each other, and the truth is we don't know right now if they're talking to each other, but I suspect that they would be. And this is absolutely, you know, a perfect part of negotiating in FFA, where Crackety can say to Sass, like, hey, Sass, I'm not going to attack you. GUA's to my north. I need to focus on him. And Sass will say back to him, like, Myriad's to my south. Like, I'm going to focus on him. Like, you do your thing, bro. I'll do my thing, and we'll just chill out. And, of course, eventually, one of them's going to build a transport ship and kill the other one. And that's what we live for. That's what we live for. That's what we love. We love a little bit of backstab. We love a little bit of backstab, don't we, boys? We really do. All right, second town center starting to come up. Beasty with the first one is already up right there. We start to see one coming up for Zerton as well, down on the south side. Don't see a second TC just yet for Wham, but that's fine because he's on water. But, well, not for long he's on water as Myriad comes in and says, hey, there's going to be a myriad of problems for you, my friend. Have a look at this. We've got another dock coming up downstream a little bit further, but I think the plan for Wham was that, hey, I'm just going to stay on the water for now and then go up into... That was the English king? That was the English king attempting to put on pressure underneath the town center, and he did pick up what appears to be an Akratoid defenses villager. There you go. Nailed it. We got it. What is going on? Where does he want to trade? Is he just trading the... I don't know about that, Crackety. Market's in the middle. If the market was up here, I'd be all about that. Or the trade post was there. I would be all about that. But I don't know about these markets. We're going to have to wait and... Hold on. Mattis is already fishing out of water. Mattis is already on the move. He says, I need to get out and about. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Knights now inside the base. Whammo1 has decided that Zerton is going to become the focus of his attention. And things... I'm not looking good. Meanwhile, towards the top side, Matt is about to... Jeez, I'm sorry, Mattis. It's not a good game for you today, buddy. You know, sometimes it happens, and this is one of those times where it happens. And, you know, it was just a consequence of spawning. And I think a really big part of this is, like, the biases that we've got. And I tried to... I mean, I'll be honest. I didn't spend that much time looking at it or studying it. But, oh, hold on. We got Keshiks in the north. I didn't even realize we had this battle going on right here as Crackety and GUA look to go mono-y-mono. But, yeah, there was definitely, like, a bias I found that people would always try and follow. Like, it seemed to be that they would focus on, like, these center lines. And you can see it's kind of happened here, right? Like, we've got 1, 2, 3 players along the center line here. And then across this line, you've got, like, this one. And maybe you could even argue GUA. But, yeah, that's, that was... I think that was it, if I remember. It could have been the diagonals as well. Does the diagonals make more sense? 1, 2, 3... Arguably 4, and then down there as well. Yeah, no, I mean, we can draw our lines anyway and be like, look, I made a squiggle, connected all the dots, and we got all of them sitting on it. I don't know. You got to look at the data over a lot of games, not over just one game. But yeah, there's definitely biases that are at play when we decide where are we going to put our town center down, and that's why you often see so many people putting them down in the same spots. Also, just because the kings often spawn in the same area. So that is pretty much it. So we got our town center. Now starting to come up for Mattis. We've got our trade that's online here for Crackety. He's heading back to base. I like the fact... Hold on, where is he trading to? I don't... Oh, it's right here. Oh, it's right here. It's literally in his base. This is actually a sick trade route. Dude, Mattis is a baller, and he's balling out of control right now, but you know what I'm going to say, don't you? As soon as Castle Age comes along, and Beasty spots that there's a king right here, you know where the knights are going, right? Go on, send them over, Beasty. Send over the knights. It's one of those things where it's like, once Castle Age is out of the bag, it's so hard to do this. You know, maybe one of the things that we could have done, how do you guys feel about this? What if you moved that ability to Imperial Age? Nah, that's kind of weird. I don't like that. Nah, don't do that. Don't move the King's Vision ability to Imperial Age. We can put a cost back on it. I think we made it cost 400 gold in Outback Octagon too. Yeah, look at this. Straight away. Man at arms. I mean, he knew that what his target would be immediately. Mattis. The trouble is that Mattis, now his opponent is in the Castle Age and can see exactly where he is. So he's going to run up towards this north side, and that's going to be a very sad state of affairs for Mattis because he's still in the Feudal Age. And he wants to get up another landmark, but the trouble that he's going to have is he doesn't even have the resources for it. He's got a couple vills on gold here, but it is just a terrible game. He's going to spot the traders as well. Crackety actually spots the traders. More vills were making their way on the migration. I don't even think that Mattis realizes what Beasty is up to. Let's check in on the south side. We can see that the numbers are starting to build here for Crackety and for GUA. Plenty of knights out. Look at the size of that. A lot of knights now coming out. Myriad going to be aging up to the Castle Age. What's he going up with? It's going to be the White Tower. So looking to get aggressive here. Beasty, of course, continuing to head to the north. That's going to take a while for it to go down, but this is definitely not. Meanwhile, also inside the base of GUA, he is on the defense. Feudal Age all round for these players. Only 2 of them so far in the Castle Age. It's Myriad, it's Beasty, everybody else still in the Feudal Age. Wanting to try and pick up those extra points for kills, especially wanting to pick up that extra point for First Blood. Keep in mind, you do get extra points if you manage to kill somebody in the Feudal Age versus if you're in the Castle Age. So it's not about what your opponent's age is, it's about what your age is. Oh, that was quite loud. I'm sorry that you probably would have heard that. That was not you, that was me. And my lord, I hate Windows for that, dude. God. Windows updates are available. It's like, I've tried to turn off the notification every single way. Wow, dude, that scared the shit out of me, dude. I'm so sorry. Oh, oh my lord. That went my heart. I try and make sure that kind of stuff never happens, but I guess today was not the day. Anyway, Beasty in the north looks almost certain to take out this king. Meanwhile, in the middle of the map, we hear another English king going down as more aggression comes out. Meanwhile, inside the base of Crackety, the knights are causing him a little bit of trouble, and it might be a bit of a race. King's gonna pop out. He's gonna do his best to try and bait out those units. King, again, jumps inside the town center. Crackety knows he's got to work fast right now. He's gonna try for a bit of a heal here. If Crackety is able to be eliminated, the King's gonna go to water. There's a transport ship. He tries to get the surround. Not gonna be able to find it. The transport ship's not able to move super duper fast. He gets off a couple torches. There's not enough. Crackety manages to live. And with that, he might be able to secure First Blood. Meanwhile, in the north of the map, Beasty still trying his best to do the runaround up here. Mattiz is unfortunately trying to get things to work, but we've got more action as Beasty's gone for a second approach. The second player. Is he just going to go after the landmarks? He's going to go after the landmarks. Deerstones might get caught here. He's just going to go straight for the elimination. King's still in the transport ship at the moment. I think we've fixed up this bug, or maybe the devs fixed that one up. Kind of weird if they did. Wouldn't expect that from them. But look, sorry. I shouldn't be taking cheap shots. But you know, kind of true though. Meanwhile, in the north of the map, we got a king. Is he baiting the king? Is he trying to say like, hey man, woo, look at my king. Oh, don't attack my town center. Oh, look at my king. Woo-hoo. He's not running the king, right? He can't be running the king. This is it. This is it. He needs to pop the vills out of here, but there's too many archers anyway. That's going to be it. Meanwhile, down on the south side, oh, the landmarks are burning. The town center, the king, is he going to get the kill? The king goes down. The landmark's about to go down. There's the first one. Second one, GUA's gone down in the north of the map. We've still got the king doing a runner. He's heading on out. He says, see you later, alligator. And down on this south side, we see a second player eliminated very, very quickly. And that's both of them. So points picked up there. Some points for Crackety. Manages to get First Blood only seconds before being eliminated himself. Meanwhile, on the south side, Beasty is looking to pick up multiple angles here as Zerton is struggling to keep his head above water, taking out 2 players at the same time. The king is running for dear life. Meanwhile, these games are absolutely insane. They are just non-stop. We haven't seen a wonder in one of them. And there's another king. Sass, why is your king out here, buddy? Oh, what's he doing? How are we even fighting? There's so many kings. King goes down. King goes down. Good night, sweet prince. Back to the town center. Don't tell me he got in. He got in. Mattiz is giving him the runaround. Beasty down on the south side. Another king, dude. Oh, my lord. Wham just down here, just chilling. Wham's like, okay. Wonder what's happening. Myriad minding his own business. I mean, everyone's had the blood, we'll say that much. Everyone's gotten a little bit dirty, dude. Jeez, this was an absolute bloodbath of a game. It has just been non-stop, man. That is crazy. Meanwhile, where's that king at? Oh, he's down here. He's getting killed by the warrior monks. Not gonna, oh, never mind. That's Beasty killing a king in the north. Does he get a king down in the south as well? Beasty gonna be able to pick up 2 here. And it's always good when you get 2 back to back, because you can just be like, no, that was only the 1 that I got. I didn't get 2. Wow. 20 minutes into this game, and there are 3 players left. What an absolute fiesta. This has been wild, dude. These Outback Octagon games, kind of crazy. Maybe we need to tone down the amount of points you get for kills, because people obviously realize, hey, it's kind of important to kill things. Beasty able to pick up 2 kills early on in this game. And this was exactly it. He targeted people that moved away from him. Mattiz moved away from him, and then we also had Zerton moving away from him. So both of these players moved their town centers, got caught out, and as a consequence, he took advantage because he said, if it's going to take 2 minutes extra for you to get your town center set up, that means I've got 2 minutes extra to build up military and take you down. And that 2 minutes continues for the rest of the game. It's like Beasty gets a 2-minute head start over his opponents. So being a powerful player really has that ability to just give you even more strength because people don't want to play near you. If they see you next to them, they're going to just cancel that TC. I don't want to die, man. But then it creates that power vacuum. All right, Myriad now looking like he might be the next player out of the game. There are so many damn knights in this base. Town Center is struggling to keep it alive, but Beasty says, hey, Wham, how's it going, bro? Are we going to have, like, is this going to be that awkward situation where Wham wants to kill, like, Wham realizes that Beasty is going to kill him? Where's the king? King is evacuated. King is gone. He's moving to the other side. I don't know whether you can get across here, but I don't think you can. I think this is a weird road that kind of, like, yeah, peters out. Only 2 landmarks here. Wham still technically in the castle, or in the feudal age. Wham does not have the resources to age up just yet, but he does have a lot of resources over the river. That's an age up now coming through for Beasty. Beasty's an Imperial. Whew, there is a clear winner, or at least a clear favorite in this game so far. And I think both of the landmarks just went down. I totally missed it. I apologize. I didn't even realize that. That was so damn quick. But he's got this many battering. He's got 5 battering rams. I didn't even see it, dude. And Wham, you know, we talked about the prospect of maybe getting up a 3rd landmark. Bro, look, he didn't have an opportunity to even begin collecting resources. Oh, man. This is just an absolute bloodbath. So now the question is, how does Myriad go about defending against Beasty? Beasty started off with just a 2 TC play. A really simple 2 TC play. He went Castle Age. He made some men-at-arms. And he started killing people. And he just went after the people that went, or that were a little bit delayed, right? Like people who, he was just keeping an eye on it and said, okay, who's going to age up late? I'm just going to go for those people. And that was a really smart move. And as a result, it's been a bloodbath, but he's taken advantage of it. And now, with 85 military against 32, he looks to push into the White Tower. A dangerous move, a bold move, especially considering, oh, the king is on the run. Does Beasty have cab? Beasty doesn't have, it does have a couple of warrior monks, so he could look to try and take advantage of it. Town Center is up on this north side as well. This could be a very, very quick game that we are seeing. We might have like a sub 25-minute game right here. This could be really, really quick. And now overwhelming the defenses. The men-at-arms push through. Keep in mind, Beasty is in the Imperial Age. These are elite men-at-arms. There is really no holding him back at this point. And I think this is just a consequence of the way that the spawns have gone. Because you have this domino effect, right? Where it's not so much that Beasty's like domino affecting and killing one person, then he gets the power to kill a second, which then gives him the power to kill a third. It's like 2 dominoes, or like 1 domino falls down and it pushes 1 over. But then like dominoes in other areas are all falling down. I don't know, it's probably not the best analogy. I'll go with like a Connect 4 analogy. Beasty got the Connect 4 game and he just put all of the red circles into the Connect 4 and said, I win. And that's pretty much what's happened here. Because right now, I mean, it probably would have made more sense for him to have the yellow pieces rather than the red. But he is absolutely steamrolling over this base. And at this point, it looks like he's just going to go for landmarks. And I think that's the smart move, right? You're playing against a player that's in the Castle Age. They've got 3 landmarks. You can definitely say to them, you know, all right, you want to try and race for an Imperial Age landmark? It's very expensive, though. Oh, man. Battering ram's going to go for the main town center. And Myriad, I think this is it. Ladies and gentlemen, I think this is it. There's no way he's coming back from this one. No resources able to snipe this king out. He is perfectly safe inside that town center. 2nd landmark has gone down, and 3rd one has come down as well. And ladies and gentlemen, your game number 4 for Outback Octagon 3 is going to be a very quick one, but it's going to be won again by the Beast. An incredible match there from him. An absolute bloodbath, and one of the quickest games in Octagon history that we have witnessed. That was absolutely, it was a massacre. There's no other word for it. It was an absolute massacre. The amount of kills that we saw here. I mean, the graphs don't even, like, look at the kills, dude. It all just happens at the same time. Everyone's alive until they're not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this space. 6 and then 7. Gone. Done. It is so damn quick. Within, what did we have? Like, within that last 6 or 7 minutes, everyone just died. That was absolutely ludicrous. I don't even know what stats can we even check here. Military stats? I can't think of anything that's going to make me go, wow. Beasty had 1,200 society score. Wow. He had 109 villager height. Wow. He captured 7 relics. Wow. That's a lot of relics. Well done, Beasty. Anyway, we'll leave it there for you folks on YouTube. I hope you guys have enjoyed this very quick first day of Outback Octagon 3. Day 2 is going to be coming up tomorrow because that's what happens with days. And I hope that you'll enjoy it as well. So we'll leave it there. And, of course, we'll catch you in the next one.